Hello, welcome to episode 119 of Your Ultimate Comeback. I'm Brad here with Raquel.
Almost 120.
Almost 120.
I love it.
We're ripping through.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. How's your daughter doing? I know you're off watching some of her volleyball.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
It was
good start to the season.
Good start to the season, yeah.
Good.
Competitive, for sure. Yeah.
As Division I sports should be.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It's eye-opening.
Yeah. Are they still ranked in the top 5?
Last I heard, they were fourth, but, that's
third at one
tough.
point.
Preseason, there's so many good teams.
Yeah, especially with the portal and
Yes.
kids switch around.
Exactly.
Dynamics change so much.
Exactly.
Perfect. Well, we're going to have a short one today.
Yes, a quickie, as they say.
Quickie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to rip through a
Quickies are
quickie.
good sometimes.
What I thought we should do for our quickie is attack the cardio myth, especially at 40.
Yes.
And then explain some truth around building the cardiovascular engine. So let's start with this. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you heard something like this? If you want to lose fat, you need to do more cardio. Or cardio kills your gains.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. Or even after 40, metabolism slows down, so you need to do more and more cardio.
Yep.
I work with a lot of people that believe that.
Yeah.
So if you're in the 40s or 50s or 60s, this is definitely things you've heard. It comes up with me all the time with my clients. How much cardio should I do?
Right.
And everyone thinks it needs to be this absurd amount. Yeah. And so then what happens is people either don't do it because they don't have the time or the desire to do it, or they're crushing themselves with way too much.
Yeah.
So I want to kill some of these myths right out the gate.
Okay.
So first one, more cardio equals more fat loss. This couldn't be farther from the truth.
Wouldn't it be great if it was true, though?
It would be super easy if it was. And I know the industry kind of really convinced us of that with all the treadmills and the step mills. And we go to any gym, you see this huge cardio deck with the promise of this is how you lose fat. And cardio, it burns calories. That's the thing that I love is people have their calorie monitors on. And when they do cardio, they burn a lot more calories than they lift weights. So people really believe this idea of cardio is king for fat loss.
Sure.
And when people are younger, they've noticed that they add cardio in, they'll lose some weight. But typically, if you really pay attention to that, it stalls out pretty quickly. There'll be a big shift in the beginning, and then it just kind of stalls out and then stops working or starts going backwards. So when you pile on a lot of cardio, especially in midlife, a few things happen. Cortisol increases. Again, that dang stress word we talk about.
Right.
Recovery decreases. Muscle loss becomes more likely, and metabolism slows over time. So if you're using too much cardio, especially too much high-intensity cardio, or just too much long, drawn-out cardio, these are the negative things that are stacking up against you. Now, muscle is your metabolic engine. We talk about this all the time. Yes. Losing muscle to lose weight is like pulling batteries out of a flashlight to make it weigh less. It will definitely weigh less, but now it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So same thing, if you're doing a ton of cardio and you're losing weight, but you're doing too much and these negative side effects are happening and you're losing muscle mass, great, you're losing weight, but your body is becoming less and less efficient. And we don't want that.
No.
So what actually works is strategic strength training like we talk about with strategic cardio, not endless cardio.
Right.
And after the myths, we're going to get into some strategies on what I've seen work well for people our age to get the benefits of cardio, but not underdo it, not overdo it. Myth number 2, if you're not drenched in sweat, it doesn't count. Middle-aged adults often think cardio has to feel brutal, like dripping in sweat, ready to vomit, laying on the ground, ready to pass out. Then it worked.
And you also have to take a picture of yourself looking like that.
Oh, right? For sure. With the sweat dripping.
Yeah.
Even a little like slow motion video with the sweat dripping.
Or maybe wringing out your towel can be effective. Yes.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, your clients don't even sweat.
Yeah,
but they look great.
Yeah.
But the research and real results show something drastically different. Some of those powerful cardiovascular adaptations actually come from lower intensity cardio work. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. It's called Zone 2 training. It's a pace where you can still talk, breathing is elevated but controlled. You're working but not suffering. Fitness doesn't have to be about suffering. I don't know where that came from. I used to buy into that. I used to believe that you had to suffer through it. You had to crush yourself. And the more aggressive you got with it, the more you suffered, the better the results were going to be.
What was the mark of how in shape you were?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what we were led to believe.
Yeah. So this type of cardio builds mitochondrial density, fat oxidation capacity, and cardiac efficiency. It actually builds the heart. Helps keep blood pressure down, resting heart rate. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And myth number 3, cardio ruins muscle. Cardio doesn't kill muscle. Too much cardio, too high intensity of cardio, things like volume, intensity, not enough recovery, not enough protein, that's what kills muscle. not cardio itself. Actually, when cardiovascular training is done strategically, it improves blood flow. And blood flow improves nutrient delivery to the muscles. So it's actually a really positive thing, especially zone 2 training, for aiding in muscle recovery. So it's something that we want. It's not cardio is the devil. So a lot of people hear, oh, cardio strips off muscle. I'm not doing cardio.
Sure.
There's a big problem with that. We swung from like way too much cardio to, oh, we don't need cardio.
The gym bros feel that way, right?
I don't buy that as well. I think we need cardiovascular training for specific adaptations of our heart for our cardiovascular system and the strength of that. So again, better blood flow equals better nutrient delivery. So when used accordingly, you get better results lifting than not doing cardio, if your goal is to build and maintain muscle mass. Last myth, you need long sessions of cardio. I remember back in the day walking the gym and seeing people like cardio machine for like 1 to 2 hours at a time.
Brutal.
Just going and going and going. And most midlife people believe that they need more cardio to get more benefit. But in fact, shorter targeted sessions often work better. You get recovery capacity changes with age, stress load is already high, and time is limited.
Yeah.
So those 3 reasons are why we don't want to spend hours upon hours on the cardio deck thinking we're doing something great for ourselves. I can't tell you how many CEOs I work with that they'll get out of bed at 3 a.m. to do 90 minutes of cardio because they think that they need that for their heart. Oh. And now you're just stacking on stress. It's just like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how the misperception of cardio, unless you want to go become a high-level endurance competitor, you just don't need that volume of cardio. So the goal, if your goal is not to become an endurance athlete, but the goal is to improve your cardiovascular engine, this is what your cardio should look like.
This is at what age?
Like 40 to 60.
Okay.
Even my younger athletes or my younger people I work with, I don't recommend a whole lot more than this, unless the goal is to go compete in some type of endurance event or become an endurance athlete. Okay, then
you're talking a triathlon,
marathon. Some of these events now and like CrossFit.
Oh,
and,
sure.
What is it, High Rocks or whatever?
Yeah, the warrior.
They have some more cardiovascular demands.
Got it.
My men and women that want to go become soldiers, they're going to have, they need a cardiovascular, they need a lot of cardiovascular endurance. So they're going to do a lot more cardiovascular training than I would do, or have someone my age do. So if your goal is just to use cardiovascular training to its benefit, which is strengthening the heart, reducing the risk of cardiovascular issues, things like that, this is more of what that's about. And we want efficiency. So I break it into 3 different types of training. And I found these 3 types of cardiovascular training are kind of the 3 general ones that really help develop the heart in regards to growing the heart and strengthening the heart. In all honesty, there are so many ways to train the heart. Like when you're working with athletes, it was something like 16 different ways you can train the heart.
Wow.
When you're looking at specific adaptations in regards to cardiovascular needs. There's a lot of them, but these 3 are the 3 big general ones for longevity, for cardiovascular health, all that stuff. So the first one is that zone 2 cardio, the longevity builder. I think this should be everyone's foundation. Even my athletes do a lot of zone 2 cardio. Outside of that, their cardiovascular demands are going to be specific to their sport demands, but they all have a nice base of zone 2 in there. So examples of zone 2 can be incline walking, cycling, rowing, fast walking outdoors. I think the frequency of this ideally is 2 to 3 sessions a week. And I like the duration to be 30 to 45 minutes. Most of us do not have more than 45 minutes to commit to this. So it doesn't take a lot to create the response. Now you can push this up 30 minutes to 90 minutes is kind of the window you can stay in. But what it does, it stretches the left ventricle of the heart. So what happens is now when your heart starts to beat, it starts pushing more blood with every beat. Brings resting heart rate down, brings blood pressure down. It's really powerful. But it also improves mitochondrial function, supports fat metabolism. It's low stress on the joints, which is great for people our age.
Yeah.
And it actually enhances recovery. So I like to strategically use zone 2 cardio sessions around workouts to recover from the workouts. So a good example, if someone's training 4 days a week, which is very rare, but there are some who like to do that.
Sure.
I will have them go lift Monday, lift Tuesday, zone 2 on Wednesday, lift Thursday, lift Friday, and then either a VO₂ Max session we're going to talk about or a zone 2 on Saturday, and then the opposite on Sunday.
Okay.
People that I have training 3 days a week, it's basically train on Monday, Zone 2 on Tuesday, train on Wednesday, Zone 2 on Thursday, train on Friday, VO2 Max day on Saturday, and then Sunday off day.
Okay, so I don't do any of this. So now I'm starting to think, do I need to add something else?
Okay, so you have to, no. You get a lot of Zone 2 work at your work.
Oh, okay. All right.
I get a lot of Zone 2 training at my kids' practices because I'm running around. I wore a heart rate monitor the other day doing it, and my heart rate consistently was 120 to 140, which is an example of a VO2 max zone.
Okay.
You don't need more of it. That's why I don't push you to go do it.
Okay.
I need
more recovery, more than...
Yeah, during my son's football season, I don't do much of it because I'm out in the football field 2 to 3 hours every night, and I know I'm getting a lot of Zone 2 work.
Perfect.
Outside of season, like Saturday, I went out and I ran routes with them and did a bunch of work with them and got my Zone 2 in there.
Okay.
And then I typically will do one session a week outside of season. But what people also don't realize, a lot of their activities they're doing, pickleball, things like that, pushes them into that Zone 2. They just don't realize it because they're never watching their heart rate monitor.
Sure.
So like literally, typically 120 to 150, depending on how fit someone is typically going to lead to that Zone 2 work.
Okay.
So as long as you're being active, I used to have Nerf gun wars with my kids when they were little. Because I can't stand getting on a treadmill for 45 minutes.
Oh no, it's boring.
But I put my heart rate monitor on, gather the kids in the neighborhood, have a Nerf gun war, and just track my heurt rate as it's playing. And it counts. It's still cardio. My heart rate is still
And you're having fun, and the kids are having fun. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, this is the cardio most people skip. It's a little bit boring, but it's the most important thing. It's the one form of cardiovascular training I have everyone I work with. I'm making sure somewhere in their life they're getting it consistently. So for you, it's when you're working. Because I know I've been in your classroom. Even though you're not doing all the movements, it's hot, so your heart rate's elevated. You're high energy. You're moving around. You're doing exercises. I know we put a heart rate monitor on it for that class. You're going to be in that realm of Zone 2 the whole time.
Well, I wear one, so it would be interesting to look. I think it is.
Yeah.
But I think about it.
Yeah. You get a lot of that in that realm. And I don't want you to overdo it.
No.
That's the other thing. That's why you don't need extra focus to work on that.
Perfect.
Strategy 2 is VO2 max training. This is the type of training. So VO2 max has a lot of correlation to longevity. The higher your VO2 max, the greater the likelihood you're going to live. It also has a lot of correlation to elevated HRV levels. So it has a lot of impact. It is very hard. You have to do an interval at 80 to 100% max effort for 3 to 5 minutes without stopping.
Oh my.
So an example of this would be, they call it a 4x4. You go, and the work to rest ratio is 1 to 1.
Okay.
So if you go 4 minutes hard, you rest for 4 minutes. So for example, you can do a 4x4. You go 4 hard sprints for 4 minutes with 4 minutes rest. And that's it, and you're done.
Wow.
You go 3 minutes, 3 minutes, anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes.
Okay.
And
that's a sprint or what?
Well, it's like at least 80% effort. It's hard. Because the time period is so long, like lactic acid is going to kick in, but it's going to increase your VO2 max. It is the type of training that's going to strengthen the heart. If you have high blood pressure or your cardiovascular realm is not very solid or very strong, don't go out and try to do this right away.
Right.
Build a big base of VO2. Of Zone 2.
Zone 2 first, yeah.
And then once a week, that's all you need for this to be effective is once a week of VO2 max intervals. Again, 3 to 5 minutes of pretty much 80 to 100% effort with the same exact amount of rest. And again, if you've never done it and you go out and you try to do 4 of those, a 4x4, you're going to get crushed.
So you're saying we'll start with 1.
I would say start with like a 3-minute all out, 3-minute rest. Okay. Maybe you can get a second one.
Okay.
But build it over time. Assault bike is a great one. That's my favorite way to do it is the assault bike.
Okay.
The 4 minutes going hard on an assault bike is murderous. Yeah. I still haven't completed 4 of them on an assault bike.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I'm not the most cardiovascularly efficient person in the world, but I know guys that can do it just fine. But for me, it's really hard. But once per week is enough because VO2 max, your ability to use oxygen is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. But you just don't need to do it daily. The heart is a muscle. We train it hard. It needs a lot of time to recover.
Sure.
Right? And then the last one, category 3, is just movement cardio. This is the one that no one thinks about. This is just called NEAT, non-exercise activity training. Cleaning your house, walking, just being mobile and moving is really effective at cardiovascular health, things like fat loss, all those types of things. In my opinion, it probably matters most than structured cardio. You'll see people that walk 10,000 steps a day and lift weights will outperform someone doing intense cardio 3 times per week, but sitting all day. They'll get way better overall development by doing that. What I like about NEAT exercise is it's the one style of exercise, especially walking, that calms the stress hormones down and makes you more insulin sensitive. So if someone wants to lose a lot of weight, I like them to do a lot of walking. It's easier on the joints. It's not going to throw off hunger. Sometimes if you go and start doing high intense workouts, it drives hunger through the roof. And then you'll out-eat yourself. You'll out-eat the calories that you lost in the short high intensity sessions. So NEAT, adding more NEAT is really effective.
Okay, and the acronym is what again? Non-exercise?
Non-exercise activity training.
Activity training.
Yeah, so that's like, it's walking, it's cleaning your house, it's just being up on your feet moving. It's anything that's not sitting.
Got it.
Yeah, so that matters a lot.
Sure.
People that get more NEAT in always get better results than people that sit all day. It's really powerful.
So vacuum your house, damn it.
Yeah, that works. I mean, that's considered NEAT.
I love it. Okay.
Cleaning your house, doing the laundry, you're moving.
Yeah.
So
not sitting and scrolling.
Yeah, they even show like fidgety people burn more calories than non-fidgety people because of the NEAT response.
Okay.
So the best cardio formula, and we'll wrap this up, it's a simple framework.
Yeah.
2 to 3 zone 2 sessions a week, 30 to 45 minutes. That's keeping your heart rate between 120 and 150, just sustain for the whole time. 1 time a week, a VO₂ Max interval session. And again, just to be safe, if you haven't ever done one, you don't have a strong cardiovascular base, I would go 4 days a week of zone 2 for 8 to 12 weeks to develop your base, and then cut back to 2 or 3 with 1 VO₂ Max interval. And again, the VO₂ Max interval session is 3 to 5 minutes of heavy effort with a 1-to-1 work to rest ratio. So if you go 4 minutes, rest 4 minutes. Example, 3 by 3. You go 3 minutes hard, 3 minute rest, 3 times. 4 by 4.
Could you start with 1 minute even, and then?
It's got to be longer.
Okay.
To truly get the lactic acid buildup, it has to be longer than a minute. So that you can still do 1 minute. You can do shorter interval sessions, like 15 to 30, but those are going to train the heart much differently than the VO₂ Max push that we're trying to get. So, and that's it. And your cardio's done. And walk daily.
Walk daily.
Yeah, so 2 to 3 zone 2 workouts, 1 VO₂ Max workout, and walk daily. And that is all the cardio you need to do.
Perfect.
And again, you don't have to be on a treadmill or a step mill or a bike for the zone 2. Again, I never do it that way. I do it other ways. Just find activities that are getting your heart rate into that realm of 120 to 150-ish, and you can sustain it and still have a conversation for that 30 to 45 minutes, and we win.
Wonderful.
Short, sweet, to the point.
I love it.
That was a quickie.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Brad.
Down and dirty.
Thank you, Brad.
All right.